Alrighty. What's up, internet, YouTubers, Vicers, whoever is watching this? Old Kid College Fan 16 back again for another episode of Dunce on another series, another limited edition series that I got in my last purchase. So I'll get right into that. And the series I will be covering today is Okami-san and her 7 companions from Funimation. It is the limited edition because it's got a nice little box here, and I really like the box art. I mean, especially the back. It's really neat. I don't know. I just really like it. I don't know. Yeah, but I thought it was curious though, because this is, of course, a DVD Blu-ray combo. It's all in the size of Blu-ray, so I was really surprised that in this first set for the DVD, it's in a Blu-ray casing. So these are the 2 DVDs in a Blu-ray case. So I thought that was definitely a different choice. But of course, and I watched this last night, so I was actually, of course, again able to watch it all in the 1080p that it was supposed to be done with. Here are the 2 Blu-ray discs. I was able to watch them both in all their glory. But more on that later. So this is that. Much like how I said for the Sora no Toshimono and the Sekirei Pure Engagement. Just the wrapping is, of course, at risk of getting torn or getting caught on something. So that is something that is still somewhat disappointment to me. I like the boxes, but I wish they were tougher and, I don't know, just more. I mean, they're tough boxes, they are, but I just wish that, like, the design on the box was more ingrained into it instead of kind of pulled over it. And also, much like the Sora no Toshimono, but Sekirei didn't have, is this was on the wrapping, the outside wrapping of the box. And again, this is something that I think should be on the box or on the discs, on the disc cases or something, because this is something vital. And if you want it, then you have to, tear the wrapping off or whatever around it and keep it. And I didn't do a very good job tearing it off, so it's kind of sticky on the back, and there's still, I didn't cut around it, and I kind of bent it up a little bit. But there's there, and of course it gives all the info. The special features are not very much. There's a couple of textless opening closings, a couple of commentaries. Other than that, it's just some trailers. So if you're looking for that, and there's no OVA, so the series is all you get on this one. But it is an HD native, so that was nice, because I did not know that. So yeah, so that's kind of that. So anywho, get right into it. Sub versus dub. I have not. Last night was my first viewing of the dub, and I had not seen this series since it first aired, and it aired back in like 2010. Yeah, that sounds right. And of course, as you know, this just came out like a couple weeks ago, here at the beginning of April. So yeah. I enjoyed the sub very much. I did not, obviously, I watched the dub. I purely watched the dub, but I enjoyed the sub quite a bit. And then it came to the dub, and actually, I thought Funimation did a pretty good job with this dub. I thought the voice acting wasn't too bad, and the voice actors did a pretty good job keeping with, trying to keep their voice to how the character is, and not like run away with it or something like that, and basically ruin the character with their voice. So I felt like they did a pretty good job with that. The only main thing is, I know this isn't something, that's Funny's fault. It's purely the, whoever created the anime. I can't remember who. C-Staff. That's the animation production. But yeah, whoever created the anime, it's their. I think it's kind of their fault because there are a number of times throughout the series where the narrator is just talking way too much, and there are and so the narrator keeps talking, and you're seeing the characters having part of a conversation, but then the narrator will be like, "Okay, I'll stop." And then you get to pick up on where the characters were talking in their conversation, which really sucks. Because when characters are having a conversation, I want to hear it, unless it is intentionally part of or where if you have some series where they're speaking, they say something but it's silent because the viewer is supposed to guess, okay, what the hell did they say? But that's not the case in this one, and so basically the commentator talks far too much a few times in the series, and so it overlaps conversations that I wish I could hear, and I just wish the narrator would kind of shut up. I know the narrator is part of this of how the story is, but I'll get to that. But hey, I just kind of wish that's how it would be. As far as animation goes, I really like the animation style that they have for just how this is. I love the character design. I love Ryoko's outfit. I think it's so it's supposed to be cute and sexy at the same time, despite how her body is, because it's like, but yet she has, she has a really long skirt, but it's got, it's like a Chinese dress that has, the slit runs all the way up, back practically to her waist, and yet you never get any panty flash or anything. And there's like a couple, there's a couple moments of fan service, but it's not really fan service. Generally this show is pretty tame. I understand that it's rated TV-14. I think that's mostly just for the brawling and some of the just some of the suggestive stuff. And I guess I think there's a little bit of language, but not really a whole lot of as far as sexual innuendo is, besides just referring to boobs in many different ways. That's really it. So that's that. But yes, I enjoy how the art style is for this series. There's nothing really special about it, but I just enjoy it because of how the overall feel of the series is, given the story and the characters and everything like that. So I just feel like it meshes really well with it all. As far as the story goes, it basically plays episodically, actually, as far as part of the storyline, because part of the storyline is each episode takes on a different fairy tale, and so actually, if you want to know more about that, because I don't really know jack shit on it, so if you want to know more about that, or at least for you Vicers, go ahead and check out Foxfire Art's reviews. He did a review for every episode of this series when it was coming out, and he really digs into detail of what fairy tale each episode covers, and his thoughts on it and everything like that. And so definitely give that a look if you're interested in finding more out about the fairy tale part of this. And of course, also for you Vicers, as you know, Tom is currently covering the series. So if this is interesting, I suggest you can. I don't know if you can go on. You could either go, I'm sure, to either Funimation's site or Funimation's channel on YouTube and watch this series entirely for free. Obviously, you might also be able to find it on Hulu, but I don't think as of yet you'll be able to watch this on Netflix. But I'm sure there are legal options, for you to watch the series. So you can either talk to Foxfire Art about it, or comment on this video, or even join in on Tom's episode or watch and learns. For you YouTubers, you can always, I guess, kind of go on YouTube or not on YouTube, you're already there. Go to avanimevice.com and give a look around for Foxfire art and check out his reviews. So, moving on to characters, there are a number of characters in this, I need to talk about story. Story. Yeah, like I say, it's still it's episodic in the fairy tales, but the overall story of the character growth and everything, of course, grows throughout the story. And it basically is just kind of like a cheesy. It's kind of cheesy, kind of sappy. Love in Progress series. And as far as the series does on that, it actually is a bit of a disappointment, because it's like, I mean, I realize that, because of one of the main characters, Ryoko Kami, that she's a wolf in wolf's clothing, or however they describe her, and she's supposed to be all tough, and she's a tsundere, and so she has trouble with her feelings. But like, when you get to the end of the series, it's kind of a letdown of how she actually goes about how she feels. So but that's kind of my feelings, and so I'll leave your thoughts to it for that. But yeah, I mean, the story, it's just high schoolers who are part of the Otogi Bank, who does favors for people, and what it is then is, at some point they will be called upon to repay those favors that Otogi Bank did. So so it's definitely something, an interesting kind of concept. And the Otogi Bank is a school club that was formed by the founder of the school, and he has a lot of money and influence throughout the town, and there's a lot of this and that. But it's interesting. I find the concept kind of interesting. Also, there are a number of series that have taken on things like this, such as Sket Dance. I guess they try to solve people's problems and stuff, and so that is something kind of like this. So, but I haven't watched Sket Dance, so you'll have to, I can't give you a detailed analysis on comparison. So. But like I say, you have the characters, and you have Okami-san here, tsundere, likes to be tough. She practices boxing, likes to wear cat boxing gloves, which are pretty neat. And she has her own individual style of dress, and has really long hair and stuff. And then she has Little Red Riding Hood as her friend. For some reason I forget her name. Ringo, yeah. And then you got good old Ryoshi, who is the boy. And right off the bat, he confesses his love to her, but she doesn't reciprocate, and so then he's got to basically work on being a man who she can rely on, so that way she will learn to love him, basically. And he's actually an interesting male character, I'd say. I mean, he's got his real quirks, like I forget what the name of the phobia, but he can't stand being stared at. He is not a people person. He just quiet. He's a behind the scenes person, and because he grew up in a really small town, rural area, and things. But he has some nice talents, and so basically kind of watch the show, because I mean those three are the primary main characters. I mean, obviously the supporting cast is big, so I don't really want to waste your time talking about all of them, especially if you've already seen it, or if you want to check it out. Then I'd say just from what I've already said, you might be able to decide whether you want to watch it or not. Characters. I guess then it's anime versus manga, which I guess I should look that up because I didn't yet, and I'm an idiot. So we will look at it here. There we go. Alright, and okay, it's got a light novel that has 12 volumes and it's been running since 2006 and it's still ongoing. The manga started in 2010. And it's still ongoing, but it started right before the anime, so obviously then this manga is based on the light novels. And that's really it. I don't know if there will be more. I mean, there's already a lot of things there. I don't know how much of the light novels, like just this season. It's only 12 episodes, but I don't know how much of the story and plot line it actually took up. So I don't really know how to describe all that for you guys. But I don't know. I like even if I did know or anything like that, I think I would still rather stick to the anime because I do enjoy it and it's just fun. It's a fun show to watch. I mean, I was iffy on whether or not to pick it up when I did, but it came with a mouse. Like say, it came with this little mouse pad here, with the group and everything. But I don't know. I went ahead and picked it up because it's a funny little series and story. Even though I wish the romance was a bit better, it's still fun and interesting, and it does its purpose for me to enjoy. And it's also something really simple for even to get people who aren't really even into anime to maybe watch it, because it is so simple and it doesn't rely a ton on different tropes. I mean, because it's got fairy tales and stuff in it. So like I said, I ran pretty long again, so that's kind of that. For what it is, and for my enjoyment, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Just because I would give it a 4 if the romance was boosted up compared to along with how everything else was, but not so much. So there's that. Like I say, sub versus dub, up to you. I enjoyed both. And then you got the animation, which I like the style that it's used, the story and the characters, and the light novel and things like that. So anyway, that's kind of it. I'm SaudiFan16, and you can find that on YouTube on Anime Vice, or you can find me on Twitter at BILDO_88. And so that's kind of it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever, favorite, blah, 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 whatever y'all like to do. And basically, I will see y'all next time. So, hey, peace.